What's going on, guys? Motivation Monday, episode 75. We're coming here from the beautiful Spain, Marbella, with my man James. James, thanks so much for doing it with me today. James, you're about to hop on a flight. You're going back to England. Tell the people a little bit about what you do, because I know you're working for Amazon, so just give us a little bit of insight about what goes on with your day-to-day job.
Yeah, no problem. Well, it's great to be here. Yeah, as you said, I work for Amazon in London, part of their IT team. So we look after a lot of big companies like Spotify and Netflix. They all run on Amazon, so we help them, get their stuff together. I've got a big team, a team of 35 people who look after our customers. So a lot of stress at work, high pressure,
Yeah.
and a lot of fun at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you find that you cope with the stress of that workload, especially like being responsible for that amount of people, and I'm sure there's so many responsibilities within their roles?
Yeah, it's a good question actually, and that's kind of one of the things that really sort of drew me towards keeping a more active lifestyle. When you're in a high pressure job, working at a desk for a large portion of the day, fitness and health are something that becomes secondary to work.
Right.
And I found a good balance about 6 years ago of trying to keep myself more active, and also thinking about what I eat and what I consume, and nutrition as well. I don't know if you've worked in an office environment, but people often come around with donuts.
Right,
like, hey,
lots of coffees and stuff like that.
Yeah, have all this unhealthy food. So it's very easy to get into a bad place in regards to nutrition. So I really started to focus on that to make sure that I could be positive at work. My mood and my energy is directly translated to the people on the team.
Yeah.
If they see me tired or in a bad place, then that rubs off on them. So I want to be as positive as I can at work, have a lot of energy, and try and share that with the people who I see day to day.
Yeah, I love that you try to find that balance, man, because I think it's so important, because work can be so stressful, and sometimes if you don't put aside that time to keep your energy levels up, maybe eat a salad instead of a donut, or whatever it is, just doing something that can keep you balanced. I think that's so awesome. And one thing I have noticed about you, man, is you're so positive. Like, you have such a good energy to you, and I love vibing with you, man. It's been so much fun out here. Tell us a little bit about how you stay motivated day to day, because I know the grind probably gets hectic at some times. What do you find motivates you the most, or keeps you going and instills that positive energy in you, like throughout the year, all year long?
Yeah, so the biggest motivator is mentally.
Yeah.
You go and have a good workout, or you eat some good food, and that stays with you for the whole day. You feel great, you feel positive, and then other people say, I really admire the way you keep so strict with your diet, but you also have fun at the weekends.
Yeah.
And like you say, we've hung out a little bit this weekend, and it's been really great. And we've had a lot of positivity.
Yeah.
I just had a phone call yesterday from one of my friends. They had a real bad day.
Yeah.
And I kind of said to them, you got to have the bad days to have the good days.
Right.
And we had a bit of a chat, got them laughing,
Yeah.
and then they gave me a message a little bit later on the night saying, you know what,
Yeah.
just having that chat really changed things around. So fitness enables me to be positive and to share that with others. So that's what motivates me. The good feeling you get from it. Feeling great all the time, and then being able to share that with others.
Man, I love how you said that, because you can really spread that positive energy and instill it in other people. But I mean, it's like you said, you can't understand how important the sunshine is if you don't have the rain. Like, you just, you need to have those bad days to have the good days. And like, it's so cool, man, that we've been able to share this time together. And I think it's awesome what you do, and how you're evolving and growing, and just becoming better and constantly leveling up. I want to ask you two more things before we go. One thing is just, like, we talked about that balance. What do you find is easiest for you in terms of, maintaining that balance? Do you ever find that you sway one way towards the other, like working too hard or not working enough? Like, how do you find that right balance?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for me I found was in work, you can never finish your work.
Yeah.
So you can easily take your work home with you, or you can end up staying late and
Yeah.
working too many hours. So the one thing I was with myself is very strict on my time frames, and I would specifically make time where, if it's 5:30 on these days of the week, I'm leaving, and I'd make sure everyone at work knows I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And if people try and sort of stop me from leaving, I'm like, no, I've got a commitment tonight.
Yeah.
I won't necessarily, I'm going to the gym, I
Yeah.
won't say I'm going to go and do something,
Yeah.
but I'd say, I'm meeting people, I have to be there. So making specific time and sticking to it has really helped me, because there are a lot of distractions. And the other thing that I find hard, because I train on my own a lot, and I do quite a lot of things on my own, it's those days when your mind says to you, you should have a night off. You should skip it tonight. And maybe you've had a tough day and you think I'm a bit tired, but by going, you re-energize yourself. You feel great. You get rid of all those stress demons and the things that
So true.
that get built up in a high pressure environment. So yeah, keeping time for myself, and the days I feel like I don't want to go, making sure I still go.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
The outcome of that is great.
It's so true. You always feel better once you do go. Like it's
Yeah.
always such a good feeling when you finish that workout. They say any workout is better than no workout, right? And I
Yeah.
mean, I love what you said. Like just prioritizing your time and time management. I think is huge, and I think a lot of people sometimes forget to do that. And it's like you said, you could work forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
You need to find that time to have that balance, man. That's so awesome. The last thing I want to ask you, James, is I ask everybody that comes on the show, if you could go back to your younger self, young James coming up in England, what words of advice might you give yourself to help you along the journey to where you are now from where you were then?
Wow, that's a big question.
Take your time because we could edit it.
That's gonna stay on film.
Yeah,
right?
we might have to put it in.
What I tell myself, I think one of the biggest things I've learned, and this is one of the things I really enjoy, and one of my biggest enjoyments over the past few years in keeping fit and changing my diet and things like that, is learning about nutrition and what nutrition actually means to your body. Understanding, what you put in has a huge impact on what you can then put back out. And I think I would go back and I would teach myself, that eating too many McDonald's and KFCs is not a good thing, and explaining to myself, around, how you can have a great lifestyle with amazing food, but without having to, go over the top and eat salads every day. So I think I'd educate myself on nutrition. Would be awesome.
Right. It's so true because when you put in, you get out, you can really feel the energy of the food. Like when you're eating well consistently, it's like night and day compared to, when you're on the go, quick, grabbing a burger here, fries there, whatever it may be, and you just feel like you're constantly, your insulin levels are just like going up and down like crazy. But man, honestly, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you got to catch a flight, so thanks so much, James, and we'll catch you on the flip side, man.
Good man.
A lot of people are sleeping in this world. It's time to wake them up. Thank you so much to James for coming on the show. We'll see you guys next week. And the Sammy Gang.
Don't wait around for a now. Give me some verb, I ain't talking now. You wanna ride in the 6, you wanna dine in the 6. But when I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding